The Battle of France is over. I expect that the Battle of Britain is about to begin. Let us therefore brace ourselves to our duties and so bear ourselves that if the British Empire and its Commonwealth last for 1,000 years, men will still say, this was their finest hour. Hey up everyone, welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor Channel. I'm Vaz. Do you know what time it is? It's time to start talking eVTOLs. Today I would like to be talking about Lilium, and I have opened with this famous Winston Churchill quote because I think it's their finest hour. It's their do or die moment. As you can see, Lilium, with their very unique design of their electric fan propellers. I'll give you some update because Lilium, they don't get fair coverage or they don't get recent, I couldn't find any updates in past couple of months. A lot of people don't focus on them anymore. So today I would like to give you an update. We'll talk about their recent ventures. We're gonna talk about we're gonna establish position on the eVTOL market. We're gonna talk about the acquiring company. We're gonna break down the acquisition. I will give you my own ideas and possible scenarios how to save Lilium. I'll give you conclusion and then a bit of my own investor position. So Lilium. Currently, let's start of the very good side of the good news. Lilium delisted from Nasdaq as of October 24 under their insolvency filing. Currently paused their operations as well under their insolvency proceedings, which they have filed October 24. Employees on furlough as of Q3/Q4 period, they had around 1,000 employees. December, we've gone through redundancies and the unofficial or unconfirmed number is now 800 employees. Lilium have also been facing class action lawsuit. The subject of is they have been allegedly making misleading statements about their financial health. What is quite interesting is the period. It's from June 24 up to the 6th of Jan 2025. It's quite specific date. I couldn't find any reason why that is the 6th of Jan, but hopefully we'll find out soon. I didn't find any confirmation whether they have or haven't. There was no official statement. I found rumors that they haven't and that they have. So I would go with the something in between, which would only make sense. They partially resume their operations. That means you need some people to look after your facility. You probably need HR in, maintenance, you name it. And what I found is a rumor that their January salaries have been delayed. This could be the result of the acquisition. I can imagine it's so difficult to just acquire a company and move the assets. We will see this month if they get this fixed within Feb. That's a good, positive, healthy news. If not, that's a big warning. VAS eVTOL Manufacturer Index. Since eVTOL market is brand new and emerging market, we don't have any comparison. It's not like aircraft manufacturing market where you have, say, Boeing, you have Airbus, you have maybe Lockheed Martin, which are the god tier. They are the 10 out of 10, and then you tear down all the way down to the startups and local manufacturers. Same as car manufacturing industry. You can't really do this on the eVTOL market because you haven't established the god tier. So I have been working on this index and I've developed an index which have 4 different values. They scale from 1 to 10. 10 is the god tier, 1 is the bottom, is the lowest. You've seen this on Archer, you've seen this on Vertical Aerospace as well. So Lilium, the research and development progress is currently on 5. They have advanced prototype. Their 5th generation prototype has been undergoing some testing. Production capability is 3. We have only made few prototypes, and we are not ready to start manufacturing the vehicles at all. The certification progress has been set back from 5 down to 4. It's currently their minimum engagement, just because we don't have any guidance, we don't have any statements or any indication on their path for future. So we have minimum engagement, and then market engagement again set back one tier. So we are 4 out of 10. Limited partnership. I will talk about both certification progress and market engagement in a second. The acquiring company, Mobile Uplift Corporation GmbH. What is this venture about? This is a group of investors from Europe and North America who basically collected money to pay out Lilium from their insolvency. Deal was announced on the 24th December last year, so on the New Year's Eve, and it was expected to close on the January 25. Nothing has been officially confirmed. However, staff meeting took place on the 3rd of Feb 2025, and it informed of their successful transition. However, this has not been officially and publicly confirmed yet. What is this about? Well, it should help Lilium to exit their self-administration, it should restart business operations, and it should help them to hire staff. Acquisition and asset purchase. You as an investor don't like to see this, but this is the reality. Since we have complete takeover of the assets, which is whether it's the intellectual property, whether it's the material property, financial commitments, human sources, you name it, that was complete takeover. First, what's going on here? I do apologize. First, they need to cover the insolvency proceedings, court fees, admin fees, and then the commitments go further down to secured creditors, then unsecured creditors, and the last, at the bottom of the, I don't want to call it food chain, I would call it waterfall, is the shareholder. And I bet you the institutional shareholder will always find a way how to shove themselves in front of the individual shareholder, which is you as a retail investor. What I find quite interesting is this statement: Lilium will not receive proceeds from sale which would enable to make any distributions to shareholders. You make your own conclusion out of this. What can Lilium do to save themselves and get back on the track? Or what can possibly happen? What are the likely outcomes? This is just my own opinion. This is nothing based on their statements. This is just when I step back and I see the wider picture and I'm trying to connect the dots for you. So this is what I can see could be the possible outcomes. Lilium can become private under the it's not a Chapter 11 under the New York Stock Exchange, but it's just Chapter 11. It's very similar. It's the waterfall of commitments. It's a similar process. What can happen? They just pay out all their commitments, and then once Lilium, the company, is debt free, they can be sold privately for much better price because it's more attractive. Or what can happen is the current buyout of the company as it is, which essentially has happened now. So I don't see any reason why it could happen again, but maybe in next months we can see a big company like Boeing, Airbus, or somebody stepping in and just buying their all assets. One of the options is public offering. Very unlikely because we have been through reverse stock split last year. The price is very, very under $1 and we have fairly negative sentiment or very negative sentiment amongst the investors at this point. For the operations, we can stay on the German and European market, which would be the cheapest option short term. Basically now through the acquisition we have received a lump of money, and any relocation would take a significant amount of that money away. So I don't think it's very wise at this point. However, we lack German government support. This is one of the reasons why Lilium has gone to the point where they are. They have applied for 50 million euros grant from the local government of Bavaria, and they have applied for another 50 million grant from the Department of Development. None of these were successful, so we are already missing 100 million euros, and that's one of the reasons why Lilium is where they are. We can relocate within Europe. I can imagine some neighboring countries, probably towards the east, where the operations would be significantly cheaper. As I said, this will be the cheapest short-term option. What can also happen, we can target the North American market. We can relocate to United States, which would be probably the most expensive option, along with setting up a manufacturing facility in the United States at this point. We can also focus on exporting to United States, but under the current sentiment and environment and the threat of tariffs, I don't think this is very viable. We can also target other markets. We can focus on new clients, which Lilium had been doing. They have established a partnership with Mid East. They have established partnership with Europe, North America, and I believe China or Asia. We can target other markets, but we are limited with their production capacity. It's not how many, it's if and when we can start manufacturing. And also finding new customer network could be waste of their very scarce resources at this point. That's just my point of view. Maybe they will go this way. What I think is the most likely and the most viable outcome and scenario, and the way we want to go, is to focus on Mid-East market. Not to relocate the operations, because that could be fairly expensive, both short-term and long-term, but I'm not saying it's not going to happen. We can also start exporting, and I think that's the most likely scenario to happen, because we have had an existing agreement with the Saudi Arabia group. This was announced in July 2024, and they would like to order up to 100 vehicles. Lilium, why to focus on Mid-East market? Because Lilium, with your current price tag, you can't really compete with the North American market, because you have Archer, which is $5 million and maybe less in future. So we are already about half of your current price. You have Joby, which might be even cheaper. You don't want to focus on China anymore, or Far East and South Asia, because you have EHang. Their price is fraction of what Lilium would have been. So we really want to focus on this premium high-end market. As you can see, Lilium as the luxury product, just to show you and put you in perspective. This is something I can imagine being very striking to the Arabian and South Arabian clients. So since Lilium has been designed, advertised and sold as a luxury product, I think this is the way to go for Lilium. Goes also in line with the South Arabian Vision 2030 plan to reduce their reliance on oil, And as I already mentioned, it's a luxury product for their top tier clients, and it could be significantly cheaper, not only to buy, but also to run. The operational costs should be much cheaper and lower than helicopters and jets. Originally anticipated to commence deliveries 2026, which could be now set back if this happens. And Lilium have also engaged with the airspace regulatory body for South Arabia, GACA, and they have made agreement for cooperation aiming for 2026 operational readiness. Conclusion. Well, you as an investor, you need to look out for these key points. Lilium must resume operations within this month. If they don't resume operations within this month, they are just wasting money. They are losing the last bit of trust they had within their investors and within the sentiment of the whole market. They need to try to raise more money. They need to try to find more partnerships, more investors. They need to focus on restarting and progressing their testing phase. And they need to engage with the Mid East. What can also happen? They can become fully private, which I already mentioned before. And what can also happen? The bankruptcy will just happen fully. Will just materialize. What can also happen with the bankruptcy? They will be relocated. That was something what I was hoping and expecting now when they announced their liquidation application first. I was expecting somebody will just step in and buy out the company as it is and become fully private, or what it looked like recently up till Christmas, that they will let them bleed out, and once they start selling their assets, somebody will just come in and buy it for a fraction of the price. So it's something, these are the takeaways, or these are the key points you as an investor, you want to look at. And WWVD, you know those bracelets which say WWJD, what would Jesus do? So I've got this little topic here. WWVD, what will Vaz do, is my investor insight. It's only my own opinion, it's not financial advice, it's only what I would probably give you as an unqualified opinion. You need to look at Lilium resuming their operations this month. If they don't resume the operations this month, it's end. It's end for Lilium. They are too far, they are too deep in the hole, and it will take them so much time and so much money to restart and get their sentiment back. You need to look out for strong statements from the management, and you need to look out for very positive news. And you need to look out for partnerships, whether enhancing existing partnerships or establishing new partnerships, and you need to look out for some action on their order book. If not, I do not recommend you, but if you want to have some fun with your money, I would go in a casino and put all on red. The odds are much higher. It's about 48.65 on the European roulette. So don't invest in Lilium now. Don't buy it. Don't even try to trade it. It's pure gamble. The price has been going down. We are still essentially or effectively and officially in the insolvency phase. Nothing has come out officially. It's very vague. The information around Lilium is very vague, as it happens around companies going through bankruptcy and buyouts. So let's step back, take a breath, and see what the progress is. I will give you more updates, I will give you more news, but I would like to ask you something as well. Hope you enjoyed the video and hope you are enjoying the show, but I would like to get more engagement with you. So I'm now asking you to spam the comments with your questions. I don't know. I'm trying to give you as much comprehensive and deep info as I can, but it might be something beyond your knowledge. It might be something you're not interested in. I would like to engage with you and I would like to answer your questions. So if you spam the comments with your questions, the next video will be a Q&A special and I will answer your questions. Also, I'm looking out for your feedback. I tried to make this video shorter and more entertaining than the last one. I noticed the vertical aerospace was not as good as I wanted it, so hopefully this was much better, and I'm looking out to see you again. Take care of yourselves and each other.